Hey guys, welcome back to the Curiosity Cave. Today we're going to make a simple beef stew. Nothing hard, just a bunch of ingredients in a pot really. So we hope you love it, and it's going to be great. So it all started with this. May look like a normal piece of wrapped meat, but this is special. This comes from my brother Josh, and his once pet beef steak. And you can guess a couple times, you might guess that's a cow. And he gave our family this nice beef chuck roast. I haven't even opened it, but I've had some pork chops from his farm, and they probably were the best I've ever had. So pretty excited about this, and it's gonna make this simple dish extra special. I'm gonna start chopping up some vegetables. I'm gonna keep this sanitary and do my meat second. So I'm gonna run through some of these vegetables with my knife, and then we'll get started with the second step. For my ingredient list, I have 6 Yukon Golds, 2 large onions, 5-6 carrots, 1 sweet potato or a yam, 1 stalk of celery, some thyme, some sage, and some beef stock that we'll add later to the crock pot. We're going to be doing everything in the crock pot. It's quite a large version, but yeah, we'll put this thing on slow, and we'll just make it go all night, and we'll see you in the morning and see how it tastes. We'll do a little taste test for you guys. So I'm gonna start hitting up and chopping these veggies up, and let's get it. Yeah, and whenever they say there's not many, you can chew gum or whatever, but man, my eyes still sting after tons of years of cooking. So we've washed these Yukon Golds. One of my favorite potatoes. They're nice and buttery, and you just kind of chop them up the best way you know how. Just get it all in the pot. Really, is it's not hard. So we're just gonna leave the skin on, and we're gonna go for that half-inch dice. I'm gonna leave out this sweet potato. It looks cool, but honestly, we got a lot of stuff to fit there, so just one of the joys of cooking. It's not baking. You can add or subtract what you want. The carrots, I wash these. I don't skin them either, because more vitamins, I guess. But just a simple little circle cut here. Nothing fancy. run your knife through them, and they are ready. Those add some nice sweetness. And who doesn't like carrots? And then one more ingredient, little celery. It's pretty washed, but you know, celery can be sandy, so wash it again. And this I'm just gonna take about, say, 1/4 to 1 inch dice. You know, pretty good about there. So that's perfect. I'm gonna add that. As you can see, that's almost full, so that's about where we want it. Okay, almost forgot. I'm gonna season this beef, a very important part. So I'm gonna open it up, check it out. And that is a monster right there. You can see that, guys. Look at that. It's got a couple of bones in there. So I'm gonna see if I can navigate through. And I love bone-in stuff, and just because it adds a little bit of flavor. They make stock from bones, so you know why wouldn't we leave these bones in there? So I'm just trying to navigate them. You can see he likes it too. So this has been thawing out for a couple of days now, and it's still very cold. So just make it into manageable pieces, you know. You can even go a little bit smaller. It does create more surface area. There's a nice piece of, as you can see that yellowishness, that's grass-fed beef, people. That's good stuff. So thanks, Josh. We appreciate you hooking us up, bro. So I'm gonna continue to cut this, and that one might just need to go in whole. See if I can do something here. You know, you do what you can. This has a whole bone in it, so we're just gonna do that giant piece in there, and then, you know, we're gonna work with the rest. So we're gonna season this up. I got a little bit of garlic powder. I use that on everything. I'm gonna liberally dust all of that, get every side. And when you're searing stuff, you want to make sure to get that fat rendered down as much as you can. And I'll show you how I do that there. A lot of fresh cracked black pepper. And you know, this is seasoning your whole pot, so think about that when you're adding some. That's good. Some sea salt. That's seasoning your whole pot too, so make sure to get all the sides and every little part of that. Season the fat, season the meat. Oh yeah, that looks good, people. We're gonna sear this off, show you how to do it over at the stove. Hey guys, we're back at the stove, and we're gonna be searing some of this chuck roast we got. I added some olive oil, as you can see, and just make sure it gets all around the pot here. Just a couple tablespoons in there, and that'll do the trick once some of the fat rendered. And you want to get put this on high until it starts to kind of wisp some smoke. A key to knowing it's ready is you can take a little bit of fat or the muscle. You can even take the whole thing, it's just a little easier. Put it in some oil, and when it starts to sizzle a little bit, you know you're getting close there. See, it's still not ready, it needs to heat up, but we'll definitely get there. I'm gonna wait for it to heat up a little bit, and then we'll throw this meat on. Alright, so it looks about hot enough. You can see it's smoking a little bit. Always fat side down. See that? You can hear that nice hiss. You want to make sure to sear all sides. And if you don't have enough room, just do it in 2 parts. Like we're gonna do. Great tool, your tongs to move around your meat. I would say probably a good 2 minutes aside, maybe a minute, minute and a half, depending on your stove temp. You're gonna crank this bad boy, turn them on every side, and then you don't want to cook it through, but just get it nice and brown, light golden brown on every side. And a good sear is going to keep in the moisture, keep in those juices, and you're going to get a great product at the end. So that's about what you want right there. And you can continue cooking it on each side. Looking great. See that? A little bit more on that. That's looking great. Oh yeah. So I'm going to just brown it off, and then I will show you what it looks like when we're done. Alright guys, we've been going about 3 or 4 minutes here, and we've been flipping as we go. And let's check out that beautiful color on there, guys. That's what you're looking for on all sides. So we are just about done here. We don't really want to cook it anymore. We're going to turn off the heat, and then I'm going to start adding this and some other spices to our crock pot. So we've taken some of the vegetables out here, just so that we can mix our beef in. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of garlic. Mix that around. And also add a little bit more of this garlic powder. They both kind of have their own flavors. A little bit more pepper. And just a little hint of salt. I also am going to be using this as my braising liquid, some beef broth. And this is a low sodium version because we got enough salt in here. So, what I'm going to do is just start with maybe my big piece. Okay, just going to shimmy it down in here. Trying to get it as low as possible. Maybe take some of this other stuff and try to get it on the bottom here. Okay, and then just start kind of adding as we go. Another chunk here, another chunk here, and then we can kind of start layering the vegetables. And this is going to keep it nice and juicy. And then we're going to finish adding our beef here. That's looking great. You can pan drippings too. Who doesn't want extra flavor? So I'm going to finish adding our vegetables to the top here, and they're going to cook down, believe it or not. You know, the onions are going to go to nothing, so it may look like a lot right now, but trust me, we will be in food heaven here. I'm going to add this beef broth now, and it's a crucial step. you need your liquid when you're braising. So I'm just gonna start adding this. And we're looking for about halfway, so I just know this, and I know this whole thing is gonna be pretty close to about the whole container, but I'm still watching. And yes, that was perfect. So, guys, that's it. Pretty much you chop it up, you throw it in there. The searing part can be intimidating, but it's just like browning a hamburger, guys. You just want that high heat. You want it hot when you put in, and basically you just put in some beef broth. You can add red wine. You know, I like a nice red table wine, you know, nothing expensive. Just put a little bit of that in lieu of your broth. I didn't have any at the moment, so I'm just using broth. So that's it, guys. We're gonna throw that in the crock pot overnight. I know it may seem like a long time, but you only really need 3.5, 4 hours, just until the meat falls off the bone. So we're gonna see our results here in a second. Well, for me, it's gonna be all night. I'm gonna be waiting, but you know, for you guys, it's gonna be like that. So can't wait to see what it turns out like, and can't wait to taste it. See you guys then. As you can see, that's one of the bones from the stew. And if you don't think that's fall apart tender, I don't know what is. As you can see, this meat is just literally as tender as you can get. And these bones are literally just falling out. So that's it, guys. Let's do a little taste test. Oh my God. It just snowed last night, and this has got to be the perfect meal. And it's going to warm up your tummy in these cold winter months, and this is definitely a recipe that you guys need to make. It was amazing. Thanks guys for joining us in the Curiosity Cave. We'll catch you next video.